there's something that a lot of people don't know is that Zach and I were in the same platoon in Vietnam. And let me just tell you about, our last day in there,
Some scary times back then.
There were, because, at this point, I was used to getting up and smelling, napalm and hearing people screaming, right? Which is sometimes, 4th of July is a very rough day for me because, people fire fireworks off at like 2 in the morning, and, I always end up going to prison because I end up stabbing people,
Don't make me think about it.
It's you have to talk about it if you want to get through it, because just like last 4th of July, I was, charged with manslaughter, because as soon as one bottle rocket came up, there was this memory of this time my camp was attacked, and I just got up, I got my knife and just started stabbing people. I thought they were Vietnamese, but they were my cousins actually. They were like all like, I think they were like ages 2 to like 8. I killed 5 of them.
They were kind of annoying anyway.
Yeah, they were really annoying, but they got what they deserved. But I just went to prison that day. But last day, I remember they told us it was our last day. We were gonna leave like that night, and they're like, "We got one more mission for you. There's a hill up in like, I don't even remember what the name was. It's like a weird Vietnamese name.
I think it was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
That was the mission name.
Mission Hawkeye, yeah. And it was like a hill, like I think it was called like Booty Hill or something, I don't know. But they've been like trying to capture it for like a few months, and if you go up there, like even to this day, you'll see rifles and skeletons, just carnage everywhere.
Remember how savage the animals got too?
Yeah, there was like this koala. It was pretty bad, They look all cute and fuzzy, but as soon as they like get right up in your face, they start tearing you apart. Actually, some guy we knew named Jerry, he got torn apart by a pack of them. He went out and he found a baby one, and he was just like playing with him. We're like, get away from it, its mom's gonna come back, and the mom came.
Don't do it, Jerry.
The mom came back with like 5 other moms, and like
the mom looked like a bear too.
I don't know, dude. Animals in Vietnam are weird, but they tore them apart. But back to what we were talking about, the mission was to take the hill. So you get up, and it's not that big of a hill, It's just really steep, which is why it's difficult. Because, fighting up is difficult. Fighting down, I think, is a little bit less harder, but still, it's a hill. There's a line of us, 10 in the front, 10 in the middle, and then 50 in the back. And me and Zach were up there up in front, and we just run, and we just start shooting. I think we got hit like 5 times, but we didn't notice because our adrenaline was like pumping.
I got shot in my left ball.
You did, and we didn't even notice, It was weird.
All that adrenaline, man.
It just, that's why, that's why when, that's why your child walks with a limp.
Probably. He came out kind of weird.
He doesn't know how to play football.
He was born a couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3. But he got in that horrible accident too, that might be why as well.
Yeah, he was on a swing, and a kid came up and shot him in the kneecap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid was only like 3, I don't know where he got a gun.
I think...
Or why my child was alone. But
you know what? I know what happened that day. I think that was the day your wife got raped and murdered, and she left him at the park.
I remember that.
And she never went back to pick him up, and I think that kid picked up the gun, because I think...
From the raper?
Yes, he left the gun at the scene of the crime, which is why they were never able to find him, because there were too many fingerprints. So, oh, we were talking about the hill.
So many fingerprints.
Yeah, the hill. We fight up, and we managed
so many
to...
savage animals.
I think the Vietnamese trained the animals to use weapons and got them on their side. So
yeah, that one raccoon had a knife.
Yeah, and it had one of those. It was in its uniform. It had a knife.
It was like Narnia.
Yeah, it was like Narnia, except not as fun. Well, Narnia isn't fun.
Nowhere near as fun.
Well, Narnia still isn't fun. There were battles there, but still. Yeah. We got to the top of the hill, and we looked down, and there's at least 200 of them down there. So what we end up doing is this one kid, was messed up, post-traumatic stress syndrome I think is what they call it. He was already messed up. He wasn't even out of the jungle yet, but he was, I don't know. We didn't know this. He runs down the hill, and apparently he stuck like he grabbed like 13 bags of grenades and detonated one, which is like it was a huge explosion. He basically turned into a suicide bomber because I think his buddy was killed by one of them. So he's like, you know what? How do you like it? You know, he goes in, he blows up.
I thought he was innocent too, man. I thought he was a fine kid.
I did too.
He was a good boy, and then he just blew to pieces.
I know. I thought, I told him don't.
I thought he was gonna come on our side.
I did too, but this explosion happens, and it's just like. I don't even know. It's just like seeing their even though they're the enemy, seeing somebody die is still dramatic. But we didn't even. It wasn't that hard actually. We got shot a few times.
But after we got to the top of that hill, we just all ran away, and
it's
we're the only two that survived.
Yes. It's like we entered the jungle, boys. And I'm not saying we came out men. I think we're still in the jungle to this point.